hero. Who knows what prizes await? Remember us when you're famous, eh?
Ah, finally! Took down the Devourer, did you? Oh, that's incredible! This is the first real success we've had against the darkness. We can breathe a bit easier now, perhaps even go out and gather food. Now, this won't cover our debt to you, not needed. Take to the cairns.
Fall with killing. Stagger. Falling with killing. Frozen locusts will.
I have dreamt of this place as of late. Called creature.
Best not tarry. The trees here behave like that.
Remnant of the old magics. I carry few possessions, and I don't have room for that.
How's the clearing? Might make good scrap.
What up?
You hear me?
Yeah, what up?
How much you?
Nothing, man. Just chilling.
You work? You working nights or just day off?
I'm on my 7-day, but I fucking I took overtime tomorrow night, and then Tuesday nights I'm staying up tonight.
Okay, that's what I figured. Usually, if you're up this late, you're on the nights through, and it's just your 1 day or 2 days off before, or vice versa.
Yeah, no. I worked yesterday.
You just get some sleep during the day?
Yeah, I just came off days.
Oh, okay.
I worked yesterday during the day.
Oh, that's not bad then.
What's been going on?
Not much. Wrapped some Christmas presents today for the boys.
Hell yeah.
I gotta wrap some more. I gotta get more stuff for the kids and stuff. A lot of stuff I gotta get going. I don't know. I gotta just keep. Gotta see what I have so I can see what I can get for them, anyways. It's going good. The kids had their first little. The school did like a kids night out thing. They had this little thing over at the junior high school, I guess. And it was like the junior high kids, like kind of not babysat them, but like in a sense like had like little stations for them to make things and watch movies and play video games and shit. It's cool.
That's what's up.
But yeah, they were there for like 3.5 hours. Colt didn't get sent home for not listening too much, and they all had fun, ate pizza.
Perhaps it can give us the answers we seek.
You broke up at the end there. What were you saying?
The power to bind souls
Oh, I said I said Colt didn't get sent home because he wasn't
somehow.
paying attention or listening.
To release that being from the tree of souls,
he was able to stay the whole time.
There you go.
Chase had a lot of fun too. He didn't like ask for me or leave early because he would want to be like away from me or something. So
runes can break it.
they're growing up.
There is a battlefield not far from here that runs
Time
red
flies.
with rust, where the weapons and
Yeah, Chase
armor of
37.
countless Ezemites still remain. We call it the Red Veil. You should search the area. There may still be power in some of those centuries-old relics. Renly will know how to forge them, bring the runes to him, and then, perhaps, we shall find some answers. I'll wait here. The old magics will protect me.
Oh shit, but yeah, nothing else. Everything's going good with the girlfriend still.
Yeah.
Gonna be doing Christmas the weekend before with her and the kids. We're just exchanging stuff, whatever.
Heard from Anton at all?
A little bit. I haven't hung out with him, but I haven't been getting on as much either the past couple weeks. But before that, maybe on the weekends when you was home and I was home, we get out and play a little bit, but
Yeah.
By decree of the Count of Ogden, those condemned to hang from these branches are to be left until their hearts.
I don't know. I barely hear from them
Their
anymore.
lungs
So.
no longer fill with air, and their flesh is no longer warm. In
they
death,
went over
you are not forgiven.
Darren and Skid and stuff. And his new girlfriend.
Whose new girlfriend?
Darren.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they've been together for a little bit now. Seems happy.
Yeah, it's good for him.
Trying to figure this shit out in my game. Like, where do I fucking... Okay.
But yeah, I got a real Christmas tree this last weekend. It's all decorated and everything now.
We don't do a real one right now, or we don't do a Christmas tree at all right now because of the cats.
Oh yeah, the crazy cat would bring it down.
Yeah. Well, just in general, Star fucks with the Christmas tree way too much.
No, I figured my real Christmas tree, well, my fake Christmas tree died. I don't blow the bulbs because of the tree-lit tree. It died last year on me. Like all the bulbs and shit. And I don't want to feel like dealing with like any electrical issues from it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So then I just tossed the thing because I had it for like 9 years anyways. And another thing that also shows like end of a relationship, I guess, because we've had it our whole fucking time basically married, so.
Right.
And I was like, well, might as well get a real tree this year. Like, be fun for be fun to cut one down and put one in the house. Before we hadn't done one like that. It was more, we did one for my mom. We helped her out for 1 year. So, it was fun to get our own. You guys doing a big Christmas thing this year, like between you guys, or?
We're just doing like usual shit, usual stuff.
Okay.
Go to her parents and go to mom's. What up, Winter?
Are you? You guys doing a honeymoon soon, or?
Not till May.
Wait for the summer or something.
Not till May.
That's right. Forget you're going to the Caribbean, right?
Yeah, going to Costa Rica.
Yeah, Costa Rica.
Barrios mío, Costa Rica. What's up, fuckers?
What's up, man?
You see that exciting 12-6 game?
Game earlier was ass cheeks.
Who's this? Who's 12-6?
No, the Rams won 12-6 over the Niners.
Over the Niners.
It was ass cheeks.
Yeah,
well, the fucking Niners would have won it had fuckface not dropped the football.
Or throwing a pick in the end zone.
Stick to the cat.
At least tied the shit. And had a chance towards the end. Are you talking about Debo?
Yeah, my buddy's messaging me about it because he's a massive
It went right through his hands.
Niners fan. He's like, you have one job. I'm like, dude, it happens to almost every player at some point. I mean, he actually, contrary, he actually drops the ball a lot throughout his career, but...
I know you're not a big Debo guy, but it does happen. No.
I like Debo and shit. I just think he's overrated. He's a good player. It's like you can laud over what a player's capable of all we want. Like some of my favorite players are fucking super exceptional in terms of like what they're capable of and their skills, but you gotta consistently do it year in and year out. And like a lot of that has to do with injuries. It's not his fault, but
yeah, that one went right through his. He didn't even touch it. It just went right through his hands.
Yeah, I didn't see it. My buddy was telling me about it, but he was pissed off.
Well, if the throw was there, it literally just went through it. I mean, that was a very defensive game.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, like, when it comes to catching the ball, it's like the one thing you gotta be able to do as a wide receiver. Like, you gotta fucking catch the pill.
Yeah, if they get it in your area, you have to at least.
You know, and the people have drops.
At that level. Because my thing is like, I remember in school, when we would play ball, you asked me to go catch a one-handed catch over two dudes, and I'm more likely to do that than catch a fucking curl route. Like, because the way the ball comes at you, I think that there's like, I think every player has that type of thing that they like, that they excel at, and then they just have that challenge. So, at that level, you go, hey, it hits you in the hands, man. That's why I get frustrated. You know what I mean? But like at the college level and stuff, you go, yeah, some of these dudes just lack that.
I mean, overall, it was a very, it's a divisional game, because it was really close anyways. Or like 90% of the time they are.
Oh wow, that's crazy. Oof. That's nuts. Well, that happens sometimes.
Well, the big player's name I haven't heard a lot this year.
Were you gonna say something?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
there's a big player's name I haven't heard a lot this year.
You said there is a big player's name you haven't heard a lot this year?
Yeah.
And who's that?
Well, you know who it is.
No, I don't. There's a million fucking players.
Fucking CeeDee Lamb. He ain't doing shit this year.
Still late.
It's just one of those things where, honestly, can CeeDee Lamb play football? Yeah. Right? Would teams be stoked to have him? Absolutely. How different the game is when it's a struggle. When your team's not fucking dominating in the league. Like how... That's why I look at those dudes that we grew up watching.
5 touchdowns. Touchdowns are lacking, but he's on pace for 1,300 yards. Not the season he had last year, but...
Which is whatever. That's what, 60 yards a game?
Right, but not a lot of dudes get 1,300 yards. I think we think
that's what I'm saying, though. Like, you be the number one dude in the league and everybody sucks your dick. You just look at it and you go, okay, cool. He should be in his youth be putting up 1,500 yards. That's what I'm saying. Like, I was just about to say, I have so much respect for those dudes that we want. Dude, like, Calvin Johnson used to put on a clinic, and that team sucked. You know
right, but you're also talking
Calvin
about
Johnson.
Like the elite of the elite too, though. Like,
I mean, okay, let's not then. Hines Ward, was it just one? He was a staple as a receiver.
Hines Ward was also super underrated.
Like yeah,
dudes that don't know football don't know how good Hines Ward was.
Sure. That's just what I'm saying. Those like,
listen, like CeeDee Lamb is one of the best wide receivers in the league. It's not even really like
he's
something to argue.
He's a fantastic athlete.
Fantastic receiver.
But the best players in the league pull their teams out of shit.
Yeah, well, he's also a wide receiver, and no wide receiver has ever pulled any team by himself out of shit. Because Detroit was never good. with Calvin Johnson, ever. They had, like, what?
Yep.
Went to a playoff game once?
Yeah, but in the same sense, Dallas lost. They lost a lot of pieces, but they still have a lot of pieces on that team. That
I
Dallas
guess.
roster
I
on
thought
paper
they
is
got
better than a
depleted.
lot of teams.
Oh, for sure. But... God damn it. Alright, where am
I
I?
love busting on Dallas, but even I didn't predict that they'd be that bad this year.
Yeah, me neither. I didn't think they'd be world beaters, but I didn't think they'd be... I thought they'd be like a fringe wildcard team.
Yeah.
They're not even going to be that.
But that's a team that's used to winning all the time. When they don't know what it's like to lose. No, fuck with you.
How the fuck do I get
Generations
through
of
here?
senseless conflict.
Hopefully they don't hit like a Patriots. Freaking...
Okay, that's too late for it. There we go.
Remember Miller's Belichick's going to the Panthers, huh?
Oh yeah, he's gonna find some other cool way to do it.
Lightning!
Fuck up.
Step forward. I'm out here getting my ass beat by Flowers. Come on.
If I was his age, I'd be fucking tapping go out of school.
Oh yeah, you might as well if you can, but... I mean, he can just talk to people's fathers and be like, hey, I date your daughter, they be, yeah, perfect, give me scholarship for it.
I find myself really struggling to watch football these days. It definitely has a lot to do with how bad the Giants are doing.
Do you think they get rid of the ball this year?
I would think so. I think that he doesn't have the same problem. I think he has the same problem. He's not used to losing and having to fight his way back, and like, he gave us some life. I'll definitely say that DeBall was one of the coaches to turn the Giants around, but like, Wink had such a problem with him when he left. And when you make these dudes do some crazy unprofessional shit like that, like, you're probably a fucking asshole. And
Who the hell
I
are you
just
talking
look
about?
at DeBall.
Oh, Brian Dable. Okay.
Honestly,
What about him?
he asked if they should shit him this year. Yeah, I would be okay if they kept the ball. Casper needs to literally be brought out somewhere and held by the collar and shot in the face with a shotgun. He's the worst offensive coordinator of all time. It's concerning to me that he's allowed in that league. Like, it's that bad. The biggest thing with any football team, and I think Belichick does this probably better than any coach in history, right? Is you don't put pen to paper until you know what you have. And that's why you see these random fucking dudes like Matthew Judon come off the fucking woodwork, because you go, okay, cool, we're gonna put him in this scheme, we're gonna make this player thrive the way that they should. This is what they're good at. You know what I'm saying?
Coaching
like, if
and
you
scheme
think
matters.
exactly, so if you think
He
that
could elevate players for
Richard
sure.
Sherman, well, if you think Richard Sherman,
It's funny you bring
would've
him up
went
because
out
Sherman's
somewhere-
a scheme-dependent player.
That's what I'm saying. If you
One
think
of
that he
the
would have been a dude to
scheme-dependent
go lock down dudes one-on-one down the field, you're
He
a fucking
can't do
idiot.
that. Yeah, no.
He's the type of dude that if you put him in the
Doesn't
right
make him
scheme,
really
he's going to
not
shut down
really
a side
good.
of the...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to shut down one side of the field the way that they did in Seattle.
Highly
that was a
intelligent
perfectly
player.
coached defense. And that's what I'm saying, is that there's so many coaches now that are so set in their ways, and then they try to get these players to fit their scheme.
You got to be able to do that.
Exactly, change what you have and go, hey, this is what these guys are good at, so this is what I'm going to fucking teach them how to do. To the highest level of that. Now, when you have a team that just has a weak spot in an entire position, you're kind of fucked.
It
Right? What are you
depends
gonna
on the
do?
position, really. But
I think yes and no. I mean,
like, for
Like, you see
example,
these
like,
teams-
we're 30th in defense because no one's tackling. That's fun when no one tackles. And then Jermaine Pratt comes out and goes, he's such an idiot. I don't think we're tackling bad. It's like, dude, you fucking missed 4 tackles last game. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? You're the guy on the team to tackle people, and you're not tackling anybody. He said that shit too, and then went out and missed a bunch of tackles the next game. I was like, dude,
Sure.
you fucking suck.
well, that's the whole thing. And in the same defense, though, is like, That's the problem, though, with the whole... Like, when you look at Trevor Lawrence getting hit.
That was brutal.
That's the problem with the league, though. Because it changes the entire game. I'm not supposed to hit this dude?
Yeah,
like,
you know, it sucks that it happened the way it happened, but I've always maintained that if a guy runs, he should be treated just like anybody else. I don't give a fuck how important positional value is. They did that because the position's important, and they don't want him getting hurt, and they make franchises money, but it's like, it was a dirty hit. I don't care as much about a lot of that stuff as a lot of other people do, but like, this it changes the game when you're gonna give runners preferential treatment.
For sure.
The thing is, if you looked at how that play like leveled out, like that guy was already like he already had his trajectory before the guy started sliding.
Yeah, he was at a pace that he was at least hitting him, and it wasn't his fault.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, but he has a record of having bad.
That is true.
So that's why people can call it 30 because he has a record of that behind him.
Well, I mean,
I don't think that was already hit at all. Like, I think he was coming.
We watched James Harrison fucking.
I think he was torched him.
Fucking Colt McCoy's interior. So
yeah.
I think, you know what I mean. When we look back at stuff like that, it's like safeties can't play the way that they're supposed to. Corners can't play the way that they were supposed to. Like, what do you ask these guys to do?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, yeah, that's cute that teams want to see touchdowns. But like to me personally, I think the biggest thing right now that's ruining football is pass interference.
Yeah,
it's absolutely it's just disgusting. It can happen any play. The best quarterbacks know it, so they throw the ball down the field because they know they're going to get the flag. And it's just brutal.
I carry few possessions, and I don't have room for that.
I think the worst thing now is like the differential on like the offensive line holding calls.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
They let people choke people out with their friggin' with their elbows, but then they go, that's not a hold. But then like you have like a tiny touch of a jersey where it didn't affect anything. It's like, oh, hold on. It's like, what the shit is this? Like, I feel like they need to actually start paying the refs or have the full-time refs or something at this level.
Dude, that's what I'm doing. What the fuck is this dude in camp glowing?
Boy.
I mean, or just increase the stuff that can be replayed.
Like, it's like that one, shit, it was so many games ago where, like, the people in New York just took over the call and made said, okay, we're reversing this. And the fact that they made that call, it was like, okay, now you can't challenge it at all. I was like, that's kind of like, you're kind of there. But it's like...
Well, I don't know. It's really hard now to not think that the league is being swayed in some way.
Oh,
and it's getting bad. It's getting bad. It's like, come on, dude.
I mean, KC can only win so many luck games in a row, you know?
Yeah, there is something that's,
Something's in the works, man. Ain't no way they're winning this many games like this. There's been some lucky teams, but I don't even think New England is as lucky as they're back in their heyday.
I don't know. When you look at how much like pass interference and shit goes against like Kansas City and shit, and how much it affects like pivotal moments and things of that nature, it is kind of fucking annoying. And I don't think anyone's wrong to be like, oh, that's a little suspect when you actually go to the spots that are willing to show the numbers on it. You know, like that's the problem too, is like a lot of people live in this fantasy world. I don't talk about it a shit ton because I just assume that people should fucking know. But I wouldn't say wholeheartedly that most sports are like actually scripted, but don't think for a second that they're not trying to do things to make it so they make the most profit in ratings and stuff, because there's still businesses. Like a buddy of mine at work the other day asked me, this guy at work goes, do you think like combat sports are rigged? And I go, boxing hasn't been good in forever and it's always been corrupt. So is boxing rigged? There's always corruption in boxing, but I don't watch it, so I'm like, I can't speak to it. But I said, he goes, okay, well, is the UFC rigged? And I said, I don't think it's rigged in the sense that they're like, dudes are throwing fights. I go, I've seen enough unanimous and split decisions verdicts that are so bad that I think to myself, you can't possibly be trying to expect any real combat sport fan to not understand that you're fucking around. Like when a dude who's just like watched the sport his whole career and trained and shit, I truly believe that I could do a better job judging these fights than some of the like I've seen straight up robberies that have changed the course of dudes' careers. I've been watching MMA since I can remember. I don't think they make dudes throw fights in the UFC, but I definitely think they purposefully fuck dudes on decisions based on outcomes that they want, if they think they can get away with it. Yeah. And in most sports, it comes down to judging. That's where I think the NFL fucks around. You guys are talking about the pass interference calls and the bullshit. I don't think there's football players going out there often and trying to throw games and shit. But I think the judging, especially the worst, is in basketball. That's been talked about for years, because the way the game is actually played on a play-to-play basis, you can fucking call a foul on almost anything in basketball. Like, anytime dudes touch each other. You know, they talk about it all the time. They used to put Jordan's the GOAT, but they used to put fucking Jordan on the line for fucking absolutely nothing.
Well, and the same thing with the NFL. I think because of the speed of the game, I don't think that the players are in on it. But I do think that there is a definite predisposition to the games based on who should win, who should lose.
They definitely sit around and go, they definitely hope that they could get certain teams to win at certain times. It's like, don't think for a second the powers that be are going, oh man, we could really use a fucking KC win right here this weekend. Like storylines, spinning storylines, all that shit. Production, build a story.
What do you think about that fumbled snap when they're about to go for a field goal kick for the Oakland Raiders?
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember. I'll be honest with you. I've been watching football like just enough this year to like know what's going on, but I forget really easy because I haven't been into it this past year the way I used to be.
This last year was really bad. There was a lot of injuries
early on. Dude, okay, I was just recapping a little bit like towards the end of the game, like via like Yahoo Sports, like just play-by-play. It was like 16 seconds left. Raiders are down 17-19. They're on like the 30-something yard line, so they're within field goal range, right? And it's a third down play, and they risk a snap, and the center just snaps it into it hits like almost like the shoulder of the quarterback. So, and then he just fumbles it, and Casey just recovers the ball and goes, "Oh, yep, this is game set done." One of the referees, the sideline referee, said, "Oh, offsides on the offense, blew the whistle dead, and he's running in trying to kill the play." And then they go, "Oh, they recovered it. It's their ball." I'm like, as a person who's not even a coach, could you ever imagine being a third down, 16 seconds left in the game? I only think they had a timeout left, and it's like you're telling me you're gonna run a play, and snap it off when you can just field goal it, give them 10 seconds to maybe score a field goal back. I don't know. And especially a rivalry game like a Oakland Raiders Chiefs. it's just so much shit that goes on. I can't, like, you can't explain it. It's so, like, I feel like the NFL this year has been that bad. Like, the Bears game.
I think, honestly, one of the worst calls you're probably going to see, and this is how I thought people, like, really were, they were laughing because, like, people, oh, you just wanted Philadelphia to win. And I'm like, I'm a fucking Giants fan. Do you think I ever want to see Philadelphia win a fucking football game? Like, ever? Like, that's not a thing. My thing is, though, is like, when you look back at that Bradbury pass interference call in the Super Bowl, that was one of the worst. Like, that game that call cost Philadelphia the ball, the game, they cost them everything. And I think when it comes to football, people are heavily mistaken as to how early a football game can be won. Right? A football game can be won in the fucking third quarter if the right circumstances come to be. Now, when you talk about last 2 minutes, you know, it's all but over for the Chiefs, and then you get a fucking miracle pass interference call. I think
they've been in some fucking tight ass spots and gotten calls, and you're like,
I mean, okay, think about it. The fact that they almost lost to the Panthers, they almost lost to the 2-9 Oakland Raiders because of and then the blocked field goal. I'm like, I can't. I watch that play sometimes where the Chiefs just like 8 Chiefs went through that like field goal line. I'm like, how the fuck does that ever happen in NFL sports? That doesn't even happen in high school sports. Rarely. Like, that many people going through a field goal, like, set up line to block the punter, the kicker from being hit. Craziness. I don't know, man. It just blows my mind.
My thing is, it takes away from that, right? I don't care so much about the outcome as much as I just go, wow. I feel like I just got robbed of my experience of watching this sport. Or, you know, it's like, that's like, not cool.
Because you just watch it, you're like, how does shit... There's, like, you are thinking, you think you are in a parallel universe. Like, this will never... How the fuck did this just happen? Like, this person just... These people just started playing football, and now they're on the offensive... Now they're on the line for a field goal kick that's gonna win them the game, and they let 8 people through the line. 8, like, and from the side, not even from the middle. Like, God, I don't know. But you know, this shit happens.
Chad just started screaming, "I'm a Bills fan!"
No, dude, I'm telling you, if you watch all the bullshit that they've gone through, I think everyone hates the Chiefs almost. Not as much as me, but close to it. I'm telling you.
Well, you know, it's funny, because, like, I was one of the only people, like, early on, who, like, when I was, like, watching Pat Mahomes in college, was like, dude, this dude's super talented. So early on, I loved Patrick Mahomes, and I was like, dude, and, like, I remember when I was in I first entered Silvani's Keeper League, and they thought I was joking in the Keeper League. You get to keep all these players. I was like, the second we started the Keeper League, the second year is Patrick Mahomes' sophomore year in the league, and I straight up told them my draft strategy. I'm like, I'm gonna draft Patrick Mahomes at the very end of the draft. I'm gonna start him all year and shit. I'm not gonna take another quarterback. I'm like, and they laughed me out of the fucking room. They thought it was so fucking funny, and then he dropped 50-something touchdowns, and I won the league, and I was like, suck my dick. But, like, now, it's like, as much as I still like Patrick Mahomes, it's kind of like, just fucking sick of them. Like, I was never super, like, sick of the Patriots and shit, and all their dynasty stuff. Like, it definitely got, like, old after a while. But the way this whole thing's gone down, it's like, ugh. Like,
well, here's my thing, right?
I'm just like,
I remember watching the Philly Chiefs Super Bowl, and I was the only one in the room that even knew anything that was going on for fucking football. Most people just didn't give a fuck, or they just there to watch fucking commercials. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, here's the problem with this game, okay? There's this thing called game film, for one, but also if you need to be told at this point in time who the fuck Travis Kelce is, okay, you probably don't need to be playing in the fucking NFL. Like, there's probably a good chance that this dude's got a reputation in the league for being one of the fucking best. So maybe watch who the fuck he is, where he is on the fucking field. Like, dude, like, the amount of times that these slow-ass tight ends get open, uncanny. But I did say, right, if you look at that Philadelphia defense, they weren't that good, right? That was an offensive football team that got away with murder, but their defense was just genuinely not that good. It was excusable, but it's not excusable to watch a dude like fucking Travis Kelce just go out and fucking eat for fucking however many yards. And all. It's just like, no, dude, like, and that's the biggest problem, I think, in today's league. Well, yeah, Kelce's fantastic. If you think you think I'm playing the Super Bowl and Kelce's going to smell a football, you're fucking wrong. Because that's how it's going to be, right? As I'm just going to sit there and say, Pat, I know you're good, but you be good with fucking Marquise Valdez-Scantling, okay? You're not beating me with Kelce.
Yeah.
And I don't care if Scantley's wide the fuck open. But you bet your fucking ass I'm going to be pissed off if Kelce catches a fucking ball.
Well, the fucked up part about that shit was...
he ends up scoring a touchdown.
Yeah, dude, like the most random wide receivers. Like the one when they beat Philly, bro, they set a record for the most rookies starting. They had like 11 fucking rookies on both, like combined on both sides of the ball.
In the same sense, though, and that's why I say, like, for the defensive players, like, dude, Snead is a new level of fucking just defensive player. Duke can ball.
Snead's all right.
And then
if Snead was that good, they wouldn't have got rid of him, though.
They did. And that's the problem, is that, like,
Snead's good,
the league itself, though, but in reality, right, how valuable is any defensive player when you've got a dude like Patrick Mahomes and you're going to catch every fucking call?
Yeah.
How good is anybody at that point?
Yeah. It's tough because I think...
Because here's one. Who the fuck has a Snead jersey that's not a fucking Chiefs fan?
Andy J's probably got one.
Andy J.
Because he's tight, man. I think the Chiefs realize, like, one thing that can be said for the Chiefs, too, is they draft well, and that's a part that a lot of people forget about.
Here's another thing, too, that's super overrated. Everybody drafts well.
Not everyone drafts well. If everyone drafts well...
There are teams that draft poorly, but most teams draft well. Most teams draft well.
Not every team drafts well, and then on top of that, even the teams that draft well routinely have areas in roster building where they don't draft good at all. I would say that
more teams, as in half the league, draft well, and the other half maybe, right? They struggle, or they'll catch a bust more often than not. If you want to talk about draft busts, Miami. Their record for draft busts is unbelievable. Like, they have a terrible track record in the draft. But the Browns, same thing, okay? I think they landed Myles Garrett, and that was about the last time that they did well in the draft.
Last year, the Browns were good because the whole team stayed healthy, and the team was nasty.
Yes, the team plays well, but what I'm talking about is just
I'm saying they have a lot of talent on their team. The Browns actually draft well. They just can't put it together.
The Browns can ball. They need to, they can't put it together because they make decisions like let Baker go and then start adding actual weapons, right? And then fucking bring in the massage artist. So it is what it is. But at the end of the day, dude, like, I really dislike that, and I really dislike the way the league itself is discrediting and disvaluing players because it's bullshit. And it's created the league that we're watching now.
But dude, what is that?
The problem.
Explain to me what that phenomenon is then, because you say like the league.
Oh, the phenomenon. Oh,
when
I say
in all
the league because it's simple.
When it's all actuality, it's coaches making. It's a pattern of decision.
It's not just the coaches that make a pick, though.
I know, but like I'm just saying, like you still need to win.
You have owners like Jerry Jones that can't let his team just be.
Right,
honestly,
but they're not
if you want
good,
to talk about always drafting the wrong position, Dallas. They always draft the wrong position. That's why they're not good. Because they don't draft the players.
But I'm talking about the teams that are winning, routinely understand how to draft the right positions.
They have full-blown good off-seasons.
When it comes to team building, positional value is a thing and matters. And if you look at the teams that are winning...
What I'm saying is that they discredit the value of certain players. i.e.
like
why
players,
Saquon
like
Barkley
okay,
is
so you
rushing
didn't mean
for 1,500
positions, you
yards.
meant
No,
players.
I mean everybody. I mean every motherfucker that is a potential starter on your football team, i.e. Snead, right? Can Snead ball and be one of the best defensive players in the league as he was for Kansas City? Absolutely. But then look at what the league is, and then look at where Kansas City needs value. And they need value offensively. That's just who they are.
Right, but Kansas City also had another elite corner. That's why they let Snead go, though.
Yeah, they let him go because why? Because Frank fucking...
Trent McDuffie's one of the best corners in the league.
And all these randoms, right, can go do their thing. But at the end of the day, they're going to get their calls. So who gives a fuck? And that's what I'm saying. It draws a narrative. That's why, dude, you've got these random divisions, full-blown divisions. With dude, there's just so... How can you even keep up with the players anymore? Because 65 quarterbacks get drafted, 30 of them end up starting by the end of the season because of injuries. The league's changing so much, so rapidly. You know, honestly, the best thing that's happened in football in probably the past 10 years is fucking Max Crosby standing up and telling Bo Nix to hurry the fuck up and make the call. That's one of the best things that's happened in football. Right? It's just, it's what the league is You didn't see that? Oh, dude, it's so fucking funny. So Bo Nix is up at the line, he's doing his audibles. Max Crosby stands up and goes, hey Bo, speak up, they don't fucking know. And it's on the mic. It's the funniest shit. Like, he breaks out of his defensive stance, stands up and yells that across the line. It's fucking hilarious. But that's what I'm saying, dude, is that, like, we're not getting the league that we had 15 years ago. It's not even fucking close. It's not even close. Dudes that were mature, right, we're the veteran class of quarterback, they're getting swept out of the league so fast right now that it's almost uncanny. There's only like two dudes, like, so think about the young quarterbacks when we were coming up. The young dudes. Most of those guys are not in the league right now. The dudes that should be the veteran spot quarterbacks are just not in the league right now.
Yeah,
you've got guys. No, I'm talking about you've got our generational talents, right? Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady. Those motherfuckers retired.
Like,
Aaron Rodgers still balling. I'm talking about the dudes that were the young guys when those guys were in their prime.
Right, but you gotta give me
none
names.
of those guys. Dudes that were in the era, right, of like Garoppolo. Right? Like, right now we have very subtle players that are still in the league that were young when those dudes were in their prime. Right? Matt Ryan just retires. You got Stafford, who's pretty much on his way out the door. You've got Rodgers, who's pretty much on the way out the door. They can still ball, but what I'm saying is now we're looking at a league where it's mostly new talent at the quarterback position, and the talent is so bad that it's causing these wild games. Jameis Winston is a perfect example.
Yeah,
was Winston great ever? No. But we don't. That's what I'm saying. Was he ever great? No. But is he capable of managing a football game? Yes. Is he capable of not getting massages at fucking whatever a pop for fucking Instagram models? Yes. Right, and that's what I'm saying. Should he be a franchise-level quarterback? No. But that's what I'm saying. The league is pumping out players, and they're shrinking the value of an NFL player. Do you want a dude on your team that's been in the league for any more than 8 years that's not at the quarterback position? The chances are no.
Yeah, but there's more factors to that. There's a lot more factors that go on.
Yeah, there's factors to that, but a big factor is the fact that
that's
they
also
switched over to fucking turf.
That's also changed to the other direction too. A phenomenon that I think is really weird is how offensive linemen are playing till they're fucking 40 at a good level now, and I never thought I'd fucking see that.
Well, yeah, because there's no rule. There's so many rules now. They're not getting their asses handed to them like they were fucking 10 years ago.
Right. And so what I'm saying is, like, it just depends on the position. Like, they're not all created equal. And, like,
I suppose a phenomenon is something that can't be explained. To me, I think that the league draws its own narratives, and now they just beat that to all holy piss. Right? You can't draw up some of the circumstances that have happened. Dude, you're talking about, like, the last 2 years for an offseason. I'd say 3 years. Last 3 years that Philadelphia has had for an offseason are almost like, they're almost like prophecy in nature. Like how unbelievable of a chance the stars would have to line up for only one of those off seasons to happen.
Yeah, it is
For a
pretty
single
odd.
team.
They've had some gnarly off seasons. You'd think they'd actually do something with it, though.
But I mean, who's to say that they didn't? In all reality, they should have beat the Chiefs in the fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah, I know, but they didn't.
Well, they didn't because of why? Because of a narrative, and that's what I'm saying is that it's like it's not a it's not a phenomenon anymore because they do it every fucking year. How the fuck are the Chiefs even in contention? And how is it that the AFC, right? The AFC always manages to have maybe 3 or 4 good teams. How does that happen?
Well, there was a 4-year
AFC,
stretch where it was better than the NFC, and now it's flipping back.
Right, but I've said this a million times. Go look at Super Bowl winners. If it's not the NFC, then it's been the Chiefs for the past, 10 years.
Right, I mean, but that's one game, though. I'm talking about collectively, the AFC's been really good. Better for a while.
Yeah, but they do really well. But, dude, none of that matters until you get to the postseason. And then we always have the standard teams, the AFC, that get to the postseason and get their shit rocked. The number one team that fucking literally is always something in the AFC and always gets their shit pushed in the fucking postseason is the Chargers. They always somehow manage to squeak their way into the postseason and then get shellacked in the first round.
Well, once they lost Phillip Rivers and a few other guys, they stopped going. But they're going to be back this year.
And I'm just simply saying, man, is that, the way that these narratives are drawn up, I wouldn't consider it a phenomenon. I just think that a lot of things are happening now to where it just draws the narratives of what the league wants.
Conspiracies, dude. Conspiracies are real,
It's not
bro.
crazy conspiracies. It's profit, just like we were talking about. It's the same thing. It's just the profit.
Some people, the biggest conspiracy theory of all time in the football world is people think Peyton Manning threw that Super Bowl.
Yeah, which is trash. If you want to go see a quarterback throw a Super Bowl, everybody knows it was Cam Newton. That was the worst.
Stab's the one that knows all the details on that shit for some reason. The Peyton Manning one, I don't know much about it. I couldn't see Peyton Manning throw a Super Bowl. That's crazy.
I've said it a million times. That game came down to it was the first pass that Peyton completed. That game set the tone. It was what it was. And it was funny because a week before, right, I was out in California. I remember this as if it was yesterday. My buddy was a huge Broncos fan. And we were so sick of hearing his shit all year. Oh, the Broncos are going to dominate this and the other thing. And I said, look, dude, I go, you want my honest opinion? He said, what? I go, you'll be lucky to score 10 fucking points on that Seattle defense. I said, those guys do not play any shit. Oh, we're going to drop 40 and this and the other thing. Okay. And what happened? The first pass of the game, Demaryius Thomas catches the ball. That team, possibly you could make an argument, right? And this is me never seeing a stat line, but you could make an argument that might have been one of the best yards after catch team in NFL history. That team was ridiculous for yards after catch, that Broncos team was. And what happened? Demaryius Thomas took a 5-yard slant, and Cam Chancellor took his fucking entire body and plowed through Demaryius Thomas. And all the Broncos stared at each other like, what just happened? We're used to catching the ball and going 15 yards down the field. And that hit set the fucking tone of that game. And that's exactly what happened for 4 fucking quarters. They caught the ball, they were tackled. Caught the ball, they were tackled. And it stopped all of the momentum that the Broncos could even think of generating. And then for some odd reason, Seattle had an outrageous offensive outburst. Because they weren't that great offensively, that Seattle team wasn't. But they fucking absolutely shellacked the Broncos that day. So, I love that, but that was back when you could hit dudes. Fumbles were prevalent in the game. Now it's just a fucking shit show, dude. It's just bad. We're seeing so many, like honestly, right, I've said it for years, Dak can play football. Now Dak's one of the most useless players in the league. Dude turns around and just slings. Throw an interception. Can't wait. You can't fucking wait to throw an interception. And then Dallas is paying him $65 million? That's another crazy thing that's happening in the league. You've got dudes like Dak making 60-something a year.
Right, and I don't disagree. I only partially disagree with that. Like, you still got to know. Do I think a quarterback can be worth that much money? Absolutely, but you got to make sure to pay the right one. I like Dak. Always defended him, but is he like Allen or Lamar or Burrow? No. Easy Mahomes? No. So, but that's the risk you got to take when you're I'm not saying it's a risk you got to take, but like I think people also think that it's just this foregone conclusion that just because there's positional value, you have to like just pay a position. No, you better have a good idea on truly how good you think a fucking player is before you pay him. And that's the thing that people try to make excuses for their fucking football teams.
There's a total inverse to that.
Hold on. That's my biggest issue with fans, is because fans are fucking fanatics, and they can't be fucking honest about teams they like and the talent that are on their fucking teams.
But
and they fucking sit around and they're like, shit dudes get paid. And I don't know how many people I know who fucking are like, oh, fucking act like a player's wicked good. And I see the contract they get, and I'm just like, oh, that's going to fucking suck for them. You still got to know, well, you still got to have a good beat on how good a player is.
It's a turnover, though, right? So now we're seeing higher turnover rates for what a player is. So, like, say, like the Chiefs, right? The Chiefs can operate with any running back in the league. As long as there's a healthy dude back there, the Chiefs can operate and do their thing. Pacheco adds a lot of value for them. But will they pay Pacheco top dollar? Absolutely not. He would be smart to take $8 million over a long period of time.
If I was Pacheco, I'd go to a fucking shit team and get as much as I get paid.
But that's the whole thing, though, is like, okay, do I go get my money or do I actually play, and this, that, the other thing. What I'm saying is, like, a dude like Daniel Jones, for a perfect example, they should have bought him early. Good.
Well, you should always pay players early.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. You should pay them early for a long period of time, but pay them cheap. Okay? Hey, man, we're going to get you for $25 million for the next 5 years.
For sure.
Don't worry about being the starter. Go play football.
But you could also, it depends on the player, because, like, I agree with you. You saying that, though, reminds me of the situation of we're in with Lamar, or with Jamar Chase. I think it's easier to do that with a player that's not worth top dollar. Early on, when he wanted his extension 2 years before his extension was, like, really needed this year, he's, like, wanting all this money. He still has, like, 2.5 years left on it, or 2 years, whatever, plus he's got a fucking...
There's a room in Cincinnati that created that monster, though.
But he's got... What is it there? What the fuck is it called? He's got an option and shit. The problem is, he's asked for a level of money to where it's like he's one of the top 3 wide receivers in the league. You're going to get a shit ton of money no matter what. So it's a tough spot for him to negotiate, saying he wants to be paid more than Justin Jefferson, because it's like, we got to pay you probably as the highest paid wide receiver 2 years from now anyways. Why the fuck are we going to do it right now? The money's not going to be that much.
There's a room in Cincinnati that created that monster. Number one, who was the number one target for Joe Burrow in college?
I don't know about it. I think actual targets, I think it was Justin Jefferson. But
at the end of the day,
the number one,
right?
At that time,
it was
Chase
right?
was the best wide receiver out of the 3.
So then what were you guys supposed to draft? Because we've had this conversation a million times. It was supposed to be Penei Sewell.
Yeah, looking back on it.
Swapped up.
Looking back on it, I still would have taken Chase.
Because if we would,
if we would have just played
you guys
like
created that monster. You guys said that he's more valuable than protection.
I'll take it though.
And that's fine, but that's what I'm saying. Now pay the dude. You guys
want
to take him
get paid,
3,
but that's a rare situation.
Now you got to get paid, and that's what sucks though. Right? Is that's where teams back in the honest to God, if you look at it too, it reminds me of old Cincinnati teams. Right? When you look back at it, they had Ocho, Hushmanzada, and then it was just like, where's their money? Like, where's the money in Cincy? You know what I'm saying?
We actually didn't pay that much money for all those guys, though.
Nowadays,
but in the same sense, though, like that's what I'm saying. When you need a team, and you have a perfect mixture for like Pat Mahomes, because they're really not paying him that much money.
Where do you think we sit in draft capital, though?
Oh, who knows? What is? Oh, you're talking about draft cap.
Top 3
okay.
draft in terms of money. We're top 3 still, and I meant to say free agency like cap space.
Yeah.
We're still top 3.
Honestly, I think cap space is a fugazi. I don't actually think it exists. After watching what Dallas did for the past couple of years, I don't think cap space is a real thing in the league. I don't think it matters. Or I think that you can go over and then
people
take
forget
like a hit or something.
People don't understand how contracts are constructed. That's a lot of the time.
Right.
That's why. Because
well, you can change.
if an owner wants to shell
day, though,
out guaranteed money, that's not cap money.
Sure.
So
but
it's
like, also though, if you do pay the same players, that is money. So what I'm saying is like, when you looked at there was a roster point at some point where it was like, CD was there, Cooper was there, then they had Micah Parsons, Stephon Gilmore, Dak, Zeke, Pollard. I don't think Witten was there. Who was the other dude that was there? They didn't end up paying him. Schultz. They just had all these players, and it was like, wait, and then what's his name? D-Law. You know what I mean? It was like, how do they have all this money? And then I'm looking at the Giants roster, and I'm going, who the fuck is getting paid here?
It depends on how you distribute the years and where you put the money and how much money you want to put up front.
Over the course of time,
it's all doable.
It's the same thing, though. And that's what I'm saying. Over the course of time, eventually somebody's got to get fucking paid. That's what I'm saying is like, okay, let's say that Dak takes a hit of 65 mil off the cap, right? He's owed 65 million per for whatever. It's not per. I understand that you can manipulate the money in between those years, but that means that, say you staggered Dak and CD, okay, there's 100 and something off the cap. You only allowed 220 a year.
Right,
so the rest of your football team's fighting for the other 100 and something?
Right, but you also have to remember, too, like, you're not going to go out and spend absolutely all the resources, as you know, that you have, because there's a lot of money has to go other places because it's a business. Like, that makes it so positional value still does matter. You're going to need money for certain areas.
The reason why positional value matters is because of the annual cap, though. So basically,
right,
like,
but I'm just saying, but that plays into how teams decide to spend money. Every GM and coach values different things. And more money's you can't pay everybody. That's why defenses fall apart.
Exactly.
That's why defenses are only good for like 3 years. And on
defenses usually don't generate fucking touchdowns, so you need to pay your offensive players.
On defense too, you need more substitutions on defense. You need more good players to play good defense. You don't need as many offensive players to score a lot of points on offense.
I think that is where a little bit of the league has changed. I think it's pretty
rules
standard
have helped
right now.
that.
If you don't have at least 2 receivers, you're struggling.
I mean, you could do it with 1.
If the one is Justin Jefferson, sure.
Or Jamar Chase.
Or Jamar Chase. What? You guys have had one of the best receiving corps for the past 5 years.
T's been hurt almost the whole season, and Jamar Chase is going to win the Triple Crown. And we can't win a game because we're dog shit on defense.
Which is now, again, more pivoting into that monster that you have to fucking pay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not, listen, it's not a monster. I'll pay him all day because no one can cover him.
I personally think that when we look at certain, I think groups should have a value, right? So, my wide receiving core should have its own value, not one, right? Because I know what it's like to not have that number one dude and then go, okay, what am I paying my wide receiver core, right? If I've got $50 million wrapped up in my receiving core and I can't get a fucking first down, we got to raise the stakes on this. We got to pay more, and we got to go get a fucking player of value. Right? Now, that's when you get hung up into the situation where, Kenny Galladay gets paid $17 million, doesn't catch a football all year. There's an issue, okay? I do think that the Giants were very right for what they did for Daniel Jones as far as letting him go. I think putting him in the practice squad at safety was extremely disrespectful.
A little bit.
And here's the big problem.
Highest paid safety in the league.
The biggest problem with that is that there's nothing there to back it up. right? Like you say it's in Pittsburgh, right? And we just have a fun moment and Justin Fields goes play safety. I still got Russell Wilson. Okay, like whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever. But like the Giants had Tommy DeVito back there. It's a spectacle right now in New York. And that's the big problem because let's just say Andrew Thomas doesn't fucking get fucked up week 1. Thibodeau doesn't go down and they kept Barkley. Giants would have been in the running this year.
I don't believe
They would have been in the running for the division, and now they're a laughingstock again.
I don't believe
Dude,
that.
the only thing we were missing for a lot
it's
of
funny,
it was just...
and it's funny because the Eagles aren't any better than they were last year with Barkley. They're on pace to barely have any more rushing yards.
The Eagles aren't any better because they didn't need him. They didn't need him. It was a smack in the face to New York.
You guys have more problems than just missing Saquon Barkley.
Yes, we do, but a big part of that is because Andrew Thomas, the starting left tackle, doesn't play.
How much the Commanders improved? Like, they're going to be a playoff team.
The Commanders improved because they actually have a fucking quarterback. That dude can play football across the board.
Right,
it's pretty staggering.
Didn't.
That's true, but in the same sense, nobody, I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't care who you are. If you want to tell me that Daniel Jones is not a starting quarterback in today's league, you've never watched the kid play.
Right, but I'm not trying to be an ass, but you think that's all you need, and that's not.
No, what I'm saying is that
I just need a guy that can make decisions and not turn the ball over. No, you need a dude who throw darts every game.
There's 11 starters. There's 11 starters that all cater to each other on each side of the ball. So obviously, I don't think that you just need that. But where
luckily
did the
for
Commanders,
you got your number one wide receiver.
Honestly, where did they improve? It was the quarterback position. Everybody else is just solid veterans.
They improved on defense.
They only signed like 65 players. The Commanders probably signed.
They're not wicked great on defense, but they
signed more people in the offseason than I think any other team.
Your boy Bobby Wagner is still balling at 34.
Oh, that's embarrassing. At the end of the day, the Commanders play really well. They do a good job.
But
if you watch, especially if you really watch it, because the Giants were dominating in pass rush this year, earlier on. And if you watch the one team that we couldn't collect...
Pass rush is not defense.
Okay, let me explain this to you. Pass rush, right, as in pressuring quarterback and getting sacks, the Giants were the number 1 team, okay? The only team that we couldn't really stop was the Commanders. We struggled with that. Then Thibodeau went down. Then Andrew Thomas goes down. Now all of a sudden, fucking old boy's not playing football. The Giants crumble. Right? There's no depth. There's no none of it. Okay?
Well, the thing is,
I still think you guys would have finished 4th.
I think a big issue.
I think 4th is just absurd. It's just absurd. The way Dallas is playing this year is so bad.
Is like it's generally the softness of the players in the sense where like mentally where it's like
how dare you, Chad? That's not very progressive of you.
No, I'm saying like, oh, you can't. You're telling me you can't bring in like you have a decent quarterback, and if he's coming up on his maybe good year, but if he doesn't do well, you want to have someone back there just in case, right? You saw, even if you have a franchise quarterback, you get a quarterback in the 3rd round or 4th round, it's like, what are you doing? Are you trying to replace me? And it's same thing for wide receiver and down. Like,
you gotta back up, bro.
Honestly, if we're going to talk about the phenomenon of all phenomenons, and I do feel bad for saying this, it's probably going to be a big jinx, it is nothing short of absurd that Josh Allen has stayed upright.
It is
absurd,
is
the most insane thing. His availability
I've been saying that for a while.
Is fucking staggering. It's absolutely staggering.
Hopefully,
and because he doesn't play soft. He does not play soft.
Yeah, he's like the tough version of Cam.
He's a linebacker that throws the ball, dude.
Like, but, you know what I mean? That's a team that plays really well together. Yeah. They play hustle football. They do all the things right. They just don't have the talent. Right? They usually fall short in the big games, and it's just kind of wild.
You, like if more like it's like when Rodgers got pissed off when he was aging that they drafted Jordan Love. It's like, dude, you're fucking 40. You're 4 years old.
No, they did him dirty. No, they did him dirty because that Packers team, team was a good enough football team to be a contender.
But listen,
and they took an opportunity to give him another weapon, and they went and drafted his replacement.
I've been saying it.
That was disrespectful.
I've been saying it for years.
But get no mistake about it. Jordan Love could play. I knew Jordan Love could play. Me and Evan were talking to Anton about that too. We're blue in the face. We said, "Did you watch the preseason game that Jordan Love played?" Because for me, dude, people could talk about accuracy, this, that, the other thing. I think that in today's league, the defenses and everything moves so fast. You have to be accurate, but you got to know where to put it. You got to know where the fuck to put it. And that's accuracy, but it's also moxie. It's also that balls in your pants to go, hey, I'm going to go set this right over the defender's head. Jordan Love
you can't be scared
has the mechanics to be that good. And then he has the fucking balls to do it. That's what makes him fantastic. Jordan Love, to me, right now, is probably one of the best quarterbacks of the future in the league. One of the best.
Well, going back to what we were saying about the Bills is, and I've said this for the past, 5 years, I think the Bills, the only place that I think
the Bills. God.
The Bills have talent on both sides of football, and I think everyone treats the Bills like they're the fucking redheaded stepchild, which I get it. They've gone to how many Super Bowls and lost them all and all this bullshit, and it's like North America's team, no one even likes Buffalo and all this shit, right? They have talent on both sides of the football. There's got to be something said for the fact that they lose to the same two teams every year, that the past 5 years have been in contention for the AFC Championship.
Well, when I look at the Bills,
how bad can we trash the Bills when they're losing to the Bengals and the Chiefs in the playoffs every year?
Here's how bad I can trash that, right? Is because when you look at Buffalo in the postseason, for the most part, okay, if you want to tell me Von Miller was injured, kill yourself. He's 65.
Well, we want to talk about teams barely losing. Whoever would have had that ball last in the one Chiefs-Bills game, that game was one of the most insane games I've ever seen.
I'm saying this. The best football teams find a way to win, okay? The Bills find a way to lose in the postseason, and most of the time they're healthy doing it. That's a problem, right? Now that's a big issue.
I would say last year, it was wild for the Bills to even get that far because they lost their two starting safeties, their number one cornerback. They had to play a second year and a rookie that sucked. I don't know.
I think that there's a lot to like for Buffalo.
And Matt Milano too. And
they are 10-3.
They lost a lot of pieces, and then towards the end, they even lost their backup.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say this though: if the Lions don't win the Super Bowl this year, the league's rigged, because that is a fucking football team. That is a serious fucking football team. Those dudes pound the rock. They play fucking tenacious defense, and Goff is just lights out. He has just been lights out. Fantastic. So I don't see any real thing stopping the Lions from being there. But
so they shit the bed.
The problem is that even last year they didn't shit the bed. Their coach shit the bed and made a poor call. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I love the team mentality of, hey, do we think we can go get this? I do love that. When you're playing at the highest levels of this sport, you have to make the right decisions.
Personally,
right? You have to take the points when you can get them.
Personally, I think this year...
It takes 7 seconds to score a fucking touchdown in the NFL.
I was telling my buddy at work, who's one of the most diehard Bills fans I know, this year, if there's any year, is the year where they have their best chance to win a Super Bowl. Because as much as I do like the Lions... The Lions have shown in close games that they can make bad decisions and lose football games. This year, more than any other year, this is the widest open in my opinion.
Lost one football game.
Yeah, but last year they made decisions, and the year before that they made bad decisions in the playoffs.
That's what I'm saying, but
they do it
through coaching, though. They do it through coaching.
But that's still been the result.
That is a very, very fixable remedy. So... that's all I'm going to say with that. Now, this year, right, the teams that I'm looking at in the postseason are really the only 4 teams to talk about.
I can't wait to hear this.
Steelers.
I don't think that it's. I don't
Raiders.
think it's absurd. I don't think it's absurd,
Steelers is one
right?
of them.
He's gonna say
got-
Steelers. Ugh.
No, I'm not going to say the Steelers. I'm picking only 4 teams. I'm saying that there's going to be the teams to look at right now are the Chiefs, the Bills, the Eagles, and the Lions. Those are the 4 teams that are realistically going to make a playoff run.
Yeah,
Everybody
the 4
else
best
doesn't
teams.
have the stakes. But there are teams that can stifle, such as the Ravens, that would definitely have the capacity to knock out the Bills and the Chiefs. They have the capacity to do it.
Who does?
Does it come together for Lamar? Lamar is a terrible fucking playoff football player.
Yeah, it doesn't
However,
play his best in the.
He has gotten better. He has gotten better, but it's not the improvement that he needs to make. There's a tenacity that they took from Lamar. That's what he needs to be a football player, right? That ability to go run and go put up the yards that he does to make him the elite of the elite, the MVP that he was the first time. That's when you go, yeah, he can play. Okay, when you want to put a leash on Lamar, all you're doing is hindering him, right? And it's a very circumstantial thing. There's games when we go, listen, we can't block this offensive line. We need you to run. And then there's times where we go, hey, we can block these dudes all day. We need you to sit back and play fucking quarterback. That's where it is, and that's where it's like, hey, you need to coach him well. And I'm actually surprised in the young or the whatever Harbaugh brother that's there. I think that he should know better. When we look at sleepers in the NFC, who the fuck knows? Literally, who the fuck knows? I don't see Philly dropping to a shit team in the postseason, but you know they could easily play the Lions and get cracked.
I'm telling you one thing: if the Bills beat the Lions this weekend, Philly or one of the other whatever 2-loss teams.
That's another thing too. Washington will probably go to the postseason. That's a team to watch. Now,
all it'll take is for the Rams to get hot, dude, in the postseason and score 35 points on everybody.
But if you think that the Packers aren't going to be there knocking on the door, you know what I mean? They're going to be the ones that could easily
dude, it's whatever. The
put
Eagles
to sleep.
suck too.
The best football game last year, though, was when Dallas played the Packers, and the Packers put them to fucking sleep in their own house.
I could have guessed that was coming.
Oh, dude. So you don't understand. So I come home, right, and I had a shit day.
I know you. I don't understand.
Day. Yeah, but here's the thing. I come home, have a shit day. I open my door. I had to go to my aunt's first. Couldn't, whatever. She's got the game on.
Cloud 9.
Dude, they're down by like 20, and I'm like, oh, my God. Yeah, it was great. It was great. But I find it ironic, though, how, you know what I mean, now that they're losing, nobody talks about how unbelievable some of these Dallas players are anymore.
They still got some good players.
Everything, boys. I mean, but there's these anomalies, though.
I think they're bad up front on defense in terms of their defensive tackles. I think they're not efficient tacklers at linebacker. And I think they need help at safety.
I was going to say the past 10 years, I think the worst secondary in the league comes from Dallas. Like, as a unit, that's the biggest problem, though. Yeah, their corners are great. Their corners are good at jumping a route. Okay, that's college. This is the NFL. Underrated. Double moves put their corners to sleep. And the best part is that that's a common misconception that people have. That's why I said our group should be paid as a group, right? So the secondary, your nickel, your man one-on-one on the outside, and your safeties, they have to work together. They are only as good as a unit. If they are not operating as a unit, I'm talking about putting a cap on the group. That is common sense for business. It's literally how half these teams have to do it. There's no way, right? When you think that they're just out there playing player for player, you're okay. Yeah, we got the best safety and the best corner and this and the other thing, and then we're just gonna go. Oh, this is the way this works. If that's the case,
then why didn't the Chiefs keep both their corners?
Because they get all the calls. They don't need anybody. They've got Pat Mahomes. He's the face of the franchise. Whatever happens in fucking the Chiefs is almost fucking aloof now. It's whatever they're doing is the right way to do it. What I'm saying is that as a management system, we go, okay, cool. Let's say I've got $50 million wrapped up in my secondary between my two main guys on the outside, my two safeties, and a starting nickel. our cap for that should be at a 50-55 million.
Oh, so you're saying, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
so you're saying that
contract.
like you should have like a spreadsheet and be like, this is the most I feel comfortable spending in this group.
Yes.
How am I going to divvy that money in terms of that?
Well, when you look at it, because here's the thing, right? There's a lot of times when, let's say we have corners that shift down to play linebacker. Or excuse me, safeties that shift to play linebacker. We have safeties that shift down to play man in certain packages, and then we'll run safety up top. These players interact together, because we can hide that and have dudes shift up, and then it's a press on the corner.
I think it depends on the scheme teams are running.
They have to operate together.
Like, for example, like we talk about, I think it's scheme dependent, which a lot of what drives value.
Not any NFL team is only running.
Like the Seattle Seahawks, they played Brandon Brown or a corner. The dude's the size of a defensive end. They can get away with that because of their scheme.
That's fine, but that also means that their corner
and Brandon
and their
Browner wasn't even that good.
Were working together. They worked in tandem.
Right, but
when
like
the one dude presses, the safety's there to cover. There's no confusing.
What
There's
I'm
no
saying
Tyrann
is,
Mathieu
if I'm going to run a man scheme,
if I'm
going to run a man scheme, man-heavy scheme, I'm probably spending more money in corner.
Oh, I suppose, but at the end of the day, realistically, let's say you get two lockdown dudes, right? Like how Philly went out, they get Bradbury, they get Slay. Okay,
if
you're going to choose to do that,
dude,
that's fine. Yeah, he was until the Super Bowl, and then he got the call on him. Bradbury can play corner, but he could play it, right? I mean, when was the last corner tandem that you saw? That was like, oh shit, these are two heavy hitters.
Snead and McDuffie until they split them up.
Sure, right, but then they split them and they didn't pay and whatever. That's what I'm saying. Like, they paid Bradbury to come in and be that second guy.
They're going to probably play Trent McDuffie. They're going to have to.
But that's what I'm saying. The corner and the safety have to operate together as a unit, so I'm going to pay them as a unit. And if there's a unit that has operated poorly, more poorly than Dallas over the past 10 years, please point them out. That team had some of the worst secondary plays I've ever seen. Absolutely fucking astronomically terrible. Like, what is going on here? That's why when you saw in the postseason, you saw dudes in the Packers running 20 yards down the field wide open. Because they don't operate as a unit. Because let's say old boy is supposed to stick with, let's say like a dude's supposed to stick with a guy on the outside. The safety does not protect that window. The safety protects the inside. So now when the safety protects the inside, old boy jumps the route. That's how dudes get cooked for fucking all-pro yards.
Well, it also
like fucking
they don't always do that though.
They are supposed to. That's what I'm saying. He's not supposed to jump the route. Right, but he's not supposed to jump the route, and that's why you see these dudes double move guys like who's the loser on the other side? Diggs, right? They'll double move him. The safety's not there because he's not supposed to hit the double route. That's what I'm saying.
Right, I know, but the idea that you're supposed to do X, Y, and Z every time, there's a time to jump routes. It's okay to try to jump them. It's okay to try to get
Yes, exactly. What happens in Dallas? They jump the route every fucking time. That's what I'm saying. That unit sucks. They operate by themselves individually. That's why it doesn't work. That's why a pass deflection is a very valuable thing. Right? Can I shut a dude down? Or do I get 2 interceptions but also allow 150 yards and 2 touchdowns? Because that's what he was doing. Right? Your interception doesn't hold value if you don't score on it. Right? You don't have to return it for 6, but your turn is in. Yeah, Fred Smoot? Jesus. You know who knows about Fred Smoot? Fucking Dak, because he's throwing fucking picks to him. But that's what I'm saying. So, at the end of the day, the NFL's fucking rigged. We know that. So who gives a fuck? All I know is Chad's out here fucking slaying puss, doing his thing. We got fucking...
You leave that man alone.
Out here. Oh, I'm not. I'm happy for him. Fucking crack it away, dude. Do your thing. What do you want me to say?
Crack it away.
That's right. You know who's a soft shell dude? Hasn't been on forever, dude? It's fucking Dennis.
Dude, it's funny you say that because I was talking shit to him the other day about how he hasn't been on the game.
Yeah.
Well, I never know where you and Dennis stand half the time, so...
I don't ever have any true animosity for Dennis. I will talk shit to him on a daily, just to give him shit. But like Dennis does, he's like
Evan,
the truest form of self-help.
Sorry, you guys are both talking. What'd you
Jake's
say?
a cop.
What'd you say, Chad?
Well, where's Jake been at?
He goes, Jake's a cop. What does that matter?
Well, that means that he's probably not sitting around playing video games all the time.
Oh, trust me. I think Jake's playing now that he's got that PlayStation. Jake's just not playing with us. Listen, it's a weird thing. It's a weird thing. So, like, I don't really hear from Jake as much as I would like to.
1 second, I gotta take his hoodie off. 1 second.
Telling you, it's weird.
So I'll be honest. I don't hear from Jake as much as I used to and as I would like to. He's busy. Him and his wife both work. And look, like, there's nothing wrong with this. There's nothing more important than this. But you know, when he had a son, everything changed for him, like it would change for anyone else. But he's very much puts all his time into work, wife, and kid, and I think when he does play, I think he plays by himself when he gets some downtime here and there. But listen, boys, I ain't ever leaving you when I have a kid, dude. I'll fucking hold my kid right here and fucking play PlayStation with you guys. But that's just his thing. He's got a lot going on. You know, Chell jokes and sends memes to me and shit about, like, the father that's got a setup, or like he's got a little bassinet right next to the entertainment stand where he's gaming with his kid at it. She's like, that'll be you.
Evan, when I was in California, like, I would have to go watch the Bills games at like 9:30 at places. Colt Chase was like maybe like I don't know, 3-4 months old at this point. We would just bring him to the breakfast spot, have some breakfast, then bring him to the bar, and we would get some like food there too. And
another thing you got to understand too is it's different for you, Chad. It was different for you for the longest time too, as it's going to be similar. Our environment in terms of the fact that Alicia didn't work, right? You know, for most of the boys' lives to this point.
Yeah.
Chell's not going to have to work either. Like, I told her if she wants to try to work part-time or online at work, you know, 20, 30 hours a week just to have some spending money or some shit, go for it. But she'd be a lot, I don't think she's gonna, she'd be a lot happier being a mom, puttering around the house, doing her thing, cleaning, doing all her OCD shit, like, and watching a good TV show than fucking working. She doesn't even like getting up to go to work in the morning. Like, it's like, I'm good enough with my money, and I make enough money, not trying to be like facetious, but like, we don't need 2 incomes. So it's like, it's different for Jake. That's another added element is Mary works. She has a legitimate career in the medical field.
She comes off as she's quite a handful.
There's a lot of moving parts of that. Like, their schedules are different. He works a swing like me. So, like, there's times where he's just home alone all day with Nick, and that's where his attention's got to go. So it's a little bit different. Chell and I will be in a situation where if the kid's sleeping and she's chilling, doing whatever, or if I just want to go off and do something, or she wants to go off and do something, and I take the kid, we'll be able to do that.
Well, yeah.
She can do what she wants. I'm really going to try to get her not to work.
No,
I'd rather ever just stay home.
Yeah. I don't think I've even seen his kid, dude.
What's that?
I don't think I've seen Jake's kid once.
I have a few times. They invited us over for Christmas, but as soon as he said it to me for like a Christmas party they're going to have, as soon as he said it to me, that's the only downside to my job. I was like, shit. Because I know I guarantee I got to work that day. And I do. I'm on nights that day. And it's the time of year where you ain't getting out of it unless you do something at the last second. So,
with your mouth.
Yeah, with your mouth. So, I'm probably not going, sadly. I'd like to go. But yeah, it's just his dynamic is just a lot different. And what's funny is Ethan fucks with him wicked bad. Ethan made that group chat. Jake don't game no more. It just talks shit to him.
If the Fey spirits are still...
But the fuck is this bitch singing about? Oh, okay. But yeah, no, it's just, that's how it is. Like, I'm gonna try my hardest to keep some semblance of, like, my old life, even when I have a child. We're gonna start trying next year or so.
Because I'm getting into
Well, for sure.
He just starts introducing himself. He's like, hey, they call me Evan Raw.
Well, I mean, like, I don't need to use it now. But...
Simmer down.
Dude, listen, I remember I'm happy that I'm super fortunate because I went through a phase where I fucking was just fucking going wrong all the time. Like, I survived that shit.
Did, right?
No, not everyone. I realized that I shouldn't be doing that shit, and then I never went raw for like the longest period of time. I'm like, I want to be healthy and not have kids right now.
I did that, and I only had 2 kids on purpose.
Chad's just like, ah!
And now I'm fixed, so I can do it every time.
There you go, dude.
Jesus.
You think you're fixed. You think you're fixed until you shoot a hot one, dude.
Yep.
Been a couple years. Good.
Just animated Chad sperm just going, ah! Coming down the pipe. He's got a fucking Bill's beanie on.
He's got a little bat in his hand.
He's riding a golf cart. Speaking of that, a buddy of mine the other day was like, oh, he's like, I heard you made a paintball team to me. He's like, is that shit expensive? I go, bro, it's not any more expensive than how much we used to spend on golf. I was thinking of you, Chad. I'm like, dude, we used to spend $200 a week easy on golf.
That's way too much.
If you go and golf at a good golf course twice, lunch, drinks, gas, extra balls because you're gonna lose half of them. That's $200 easy that week. And for two and a half, I felt bad because
I'm just gonna be out in Vegas taking private golf lessons.
Well, I felt bad because what sucks was we got Adam into golf right towards like the tail end of when we were playing 24/7, and then I hurt my back, and so I was like, I can't fucking play anymore. And that sucks. If I wouldn't have hurt my back, I'd still be playing golf all the time. It's just I shouldn't now. There's something about those motions that will jack my back up. It's weird. I can lift, I can run, I can slide and dive, but if I bend over the right way, I'll fucking put myself into fucking paralysis. Look at me.
You should have heard the night I was giving up and someone sitting on his back.
Yeah, you're lucky that I love you because I would have fucking killed you if you were anybody else because you were making me mad. Oh, I just died. That dude just fucked me up. He thought it's a joke. I can barely fucking move. This dude's on my mom's couch going, ah! I think it's fucking funny. I'm like, dude, this shit ain't a fucking joke.
This shit hurts.
The bosses in this game are pretty much sweet. Let's go.
I feel like I'm about to play this game and get fucking shellacked.
You know what's funny is I normally never play a game like this. I haven't played an action RPG since I was fucking like 12.
We do. What are you playing, Pussy?
Oh, I'm playing Path of Exile too.
You said that was like Diablo?
Yeah, I mean, it's a similar playstyle action RPG. It's a different, obviously, it's a full different developer, different game, different storyline. Fuck! Almost had him too. I don't know what I haven't died often, so I don't know what the ramifications are done. I got a handful of new subscribers because this game's super popular, and they were watching me play, and I straight up told them, like, I fucking haven't played an action RPG since Diablo 2 when I was a kid. So I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing in this shit. This is one of those games where there's like the fan base, they're fucking diehard nerds.
I had a conversation with Hank about that the other day.
They're like, you're not playing it like this?
Yeah.
I'm like, relax, bro. I'm just trying to have fun. I don't need to make a guy that can fucking rape Jesus Christ and fucking kill Apollo. I don't care. Well, because the people are...
kiss the door and Jesus like, oh.
Yeah. He killed Chuck Norris. I don't need that shit. I'm just trying to fucking enjoy the game.
Well, Haig's like, yo, man. He's like, you want to get like, Marvel Rivals or whatever? And I talked to him. I said, listen, dude. Oh, he's not coming up, by the way. Did I tell you about that?
Oh, no. Why?
He can't make it.
Dang, dude.
I think he thought I was paying for it.
Oh.
I'm like, it's like $100 to just fly out there and have a
it's
trip.
Like, dude.
So at the end of the day, I just asked him, I said, do you feel like because you never played these other games, like Grand Theft Auto and like all these other things, I'm like, do you think that had an effect on the games that you play today? And I'm like, I feel like the taste of games is childish. You want some kids to play on. I'm like, he's like, yeah, maybe, man, you know, blah, blah. Like, we had like an actual conversation about it.
Shit, I'm up here for I gotta wake up at like 6:30.
Later, bro.
Donnie. I switched up to try to kind of roll flat with people.
Whoa, what the fuck was that?
Oh, this dude just fucking took in some crazy shot.
No! Oh.
This dude died.
Here's the thing: is like, you want to know what frustrates me with games like this? And I hope that like there's fucking new people that are watching my stream because I can see there's people watching it. I don't have enough time in my day to sit down and read and fucking play this shit forever to make my guy a fucking ninja. And so, like, I'm getting my ass kicked by this guy. But I'm sure there's dudes that just dog walk this dude because it's all they've done the past 2 weeks since this shit's come out. You know for a fact there's some dude that just walked in here and fucking smacked this dude like 3 times. It was like...
Face your mind.
Knock on wood, I might get him.
That's bullshit. Maybe I didn't do the faster, huh?
Oh, got him, coach. Let's go.
Creature.
Be gone, foul creature.
I have no room for that.
He goes, I have no room for that.
Come on.
Tempest with killing palm equipped, monsters will... Frozen locusts will explode when attacked by you or your enemies. Placing it in front of...
I like how you just put rings all over your dude? Okay. Not bad.
I carry few possessions, and I don't have room for them.
He goes, I carry a few possessions. Tell you what, like the fucking sound of the music in this game, this fucking great.
Take it, pussy. Fucking pussy.
Well, my buddy at work is such a huge Bills fan, dude, that he, like, I can't, the extent of me, like, actually getting upset and mad about sports anymore, I can't bring myself to get upset as, like, you guys do and shit. Like, Bills lose, Chad's bummed for, like, the whole week, like. My buddy at work, my buddy straight up gets fucking volatile at work over the Bills games. I'm just like, relax, dude. Can't do it. I'm not gonna let the Bengals fucking suck in and ruin my fucking good time. Oh shit. What the fuck is this fat fuck? No!
Your end, come.
Come on, what?
Bro, what you know about the Scrolls of Wisdom, okay?
Does it taste forbidden? Because that's what it is.
Dude, that shit's fucking funny. Bye-bye!
Does it have a sort of forbidden taste?
Bye-bye! It tastes knowledgey.
Feel more intelligenter.
Or he's like, ask her something. Anything. Go. Next question.
Snake on your foot? Yeah. In the form of a question. There's a snake on my foot? Goalkeeper's just trying to keep us fucking cool right now.
What the hell are you playing?
FIFA. I'm playing fucking non-Tottenham fucking Spurs here, and they're giving me the...
I ain't gonna lie. I bought FIFA. I bought FC 25. and I uninstalled it.
You said you installed it?
I uninstalled it.
Oh, I don't think it's that bad.
Played it a little bit. And I said, fuck that. Uninstalled it. It's a shame. I love soccer too.
There's never a middle ground in this game. It's either impossible or you just destroy the other team. That's what I'm facing right now.
Level up.
Thunder!
Thunder. AC/DC is such a ridiculous band.
Yeah, this is already terrible.
Bye. You know what's funny? Playing Path of Exile has started to up my viewership though, because everyone wants to watch people play it. It's up my subscribers and my overall viewership. To be honest, that's part of the reason why I'm playing it.
I must maintain a fine balance.
I'm still jamming Rocket League like it's my job.
I've never played it.
It's so good.
I know you guys love it.
The game's whatever when you're driving around because you're like, yeah, it's common sense. Once you get to the higher levels and you start flying around, it's a totally different game. Because there's no like 1, 2, 3 path, and this is where you gotta hit, like it's literally entirely custom and how you move and everything. It's really crazy.
They dropped the fucking Witcher 4 trailer. Excited about that. But we'll see. There's a lot of fucking shit things lately going on over at CD Projekt Red, but the trailer they dropped was promising.
Your fate is sealed.
I found an uncut gem. This is it. It's so funny. I didn't think that was that good of a movie, and people loved it.
I didn't finish it.
Yeah, a case in point.
You know movies I love and I'll defend them till the end of time. Is the fucking Sicario movies. Those are amazing.
Oh, dude, both of those are great. I got a buddy who's like, dude, the second one can't be that good. He's like, the first one's amazing. I go, dude, I love the second one for different reasons.
I was gonna say, I think that the second one's its own thing, you know.
Yeah.
I carry few possessions, and I don't have room for that.
The fuck are Sabatons? I want those. The fuck is this? Woven Focus? What is it, though? So my intelligence isn't high enough to wear it? Hey!
I don't know how to put this on.
Let me drop these. I love how I'm like using the same fucking weapon.
I carry few possessions, and I don't have room for that.
He says, I carry few possessions. You must be using an old style. Is it yours, or have you forgotten?
Speaking of that, to introduce myself.
Speaking of that, like, where the fuck is Anton at, dude? Fell off the fucking face of the earth. Fucking Anton.
No, I'm giving you shit.
Yeah. I barely hear from him. Maybe he's not allowed to talk to me anymore. He's probably listening. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Smoke you.
Yo, I completely
Anton knows I love him.
That you were streaming the other day, and I told that to Hank. We were laughing so hard.
Told what?
Because of whatever I had said. You're like, no comment.
I don't even remember. Dang, you know what it is, dude? I just think Keegan doesn't want to fucking hang out with me, dude. You should start telling him that. I see how it is, dude. I talk too fast for him. Oh, Dad's got a waypoint. Let's go.
My family has been abducted! That bastard tyrant Praetor Draven! He's taken my family hostage! I sent for...
He says, no, it's worse.
That shit's still hilarious.
Yeah, dude.
No, it's worse.
Should load.
Oi!
It's worse.
Deal.
That shit's fucking funny, bro. I have all this cash. Should I fucking buy some?
See, that's the thing that I don't like about Diablo is I'm going, why do I get money?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Here's the thing. There's a bunch of different ways to do shit, different mechanics and stuff in this game. And it's like... I'm sure it's not as hard as I'm, like, pretending it is. But at the same time, it's like, I'm not out here trying to fucking solve riddles to play a game, dude. I don't care that much.
Tempest Bell must be charged up by hitting enemies with... Staggering Palm can be used to stun an enemy with a nearly...
The night's still young, baby.
I'm thinking about putting baseball back in and fucking reinstalling that.
I uninstalled it the other day because as much as I like the game, I found myself not playing it. And I was like, I need space for other shit.
Yeah, I had to install some stuff, but I'm just such a big
Oh, so there's fucking ghosts out of his mouth? Bro, I didn't tell you that I fucking felt bad for Chell the other night. Dude, I scared the fucking dog shit out of her in the middle of the night. I had a fucking... So I rarely have, like... It's sad, but I really have, like, good dreams. And when I do have a good dream, it's never really that meaningful. It's like... It's just something goofy. It's just like a dream that doesn't make any sense or anything, right? It's not significant. But, I have a lot of nightmares. And I had quite possibly, in some ways, the most insane dream the other night. And it was like, had me so fucked up that, like, I woke up. She had to wake me up because I was, like, thrashing in my sleep. And I woke up and I was like, ah, I'm, like, yelling. Dude, it was
like, what
fucking
the fuck
wild.
did I bury?
Literally, you want to know what the craziest part is? I'll have dreams sometimes, and I'm like somewhat lucid in them. Like I can like think and talk to myself in them, almost like I'm a narrator. And it was kind of like that in the dream. And what happened in the end of the dream fucking threw me for a loop. And when I started waking up, I could hear Chell trying to wake me up, but I had like sleep paralysis, bro. Like fucking, it almost was like I was trying to like swim to the surface of a lake I could never escape. That's what it felt like waking up. Like it felt like an eternity, and I wasn't gonna wake up. And she finally got me to, and I was like, holy fuck. But then what's wicked crazy after that, for some reason, I've been sleeping like a fucking clam the past couple nights.
Your fate is sealed.
You motherfuckers crossed the line. Oh
yeah,
no, I'm so
bad. I'm just saying that I slept like a clown.
No, I died.
No, it's worse.
He says, no, it's worse. Share the load. I'm just out here with my monk, dude. Get it in.
You and the cat finally getting along?
Oh, Sierra adopted him from us. If we tried our hardest to get it to work with the two of our cats, and we were bummed, but he's better off with her. It's just a better environment. They have cats and shit. Throw fucking icicles at motherfuckers. Dude, these guys are fucking coming at me. Come at me, bro. Oh shit. I struggle to keep my eye on my health gauge.
That is hard in one area, especially when you're like the badass.
Yeah, like you're fucking in the middle of it.
Just smacking dudes, and then it's like, ugh.
One thing I love about this is you can fucking roll. That shit's fire. This you can actually evade attacks. In a lot of these action RPGs you can. This dude's fucking bad. Yeah. Listen, bitch, you better not be called the Undertaker and not come correct, okay?
You better not Ho Chi Minh fucking sketchy.
Fucking Ho Chi Minh. Dude, that cracks me up when you say that shit.
Old school. Ah, fuck, got me.
Oh.
Meet the dreamer.
He goes, meet the dreamer.
Fucker.
There we go. Pills are good. Look at me out here.
We right here. We're not doing it anyway.
Bro, I don't care what anyone says, dude. That shit was so good. And the funniest part about it is, if you're being objectively honest about lyricism and rap, he wasn't even a good lyricist. But the content of his songs, and then the production of the songs, and then his voice and showmanship, it makes it top tier. Dude, all his music was hard. And I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Love that shit. Like, I don't even listen to rap the way I used to listen to rap. Every now and then I gotta dust those albums off and just pound them when I drive around. I do it at least once a summertime.
You know, it's a wicked scummy song that he does, dude. This one right here. This is when you know you're just going way off the deep end.
Did it. But they don't know. He randomly said the llama.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff he said is like, there's some things that he says, some sayings and phrases where it's like,
Where the hood at's crazy, bro. He's just like, if you're a faggot.
Oh,
you.
dude,
Like,
I was
Jesus
actually
Christ.
talking about that to someone the other day. Like, it's funny. I don't think we have a conversation enough about how, like wicked disrespectful, like, a lot of rap is, especially towards, like, women and gay dudes. Shit's hilarious. Like I said that, I said to my buddy at work, I go, you could make half of DMX a song now. You get fucking, people be fucking after your ass, yeah. Where the hood at? The whole beginning of it, he's just making fun of gay guys.
Yeah, it's like... Yeah,
I don't
like,
mess with punks.
Explain fucking a man. You're like, what the fuck?
This Kool-Aid on his lips and punks, yeah. He says, I don't F with brothers that think they're broads. That shit's fucking funny, dude.
It just reminded me of the dude screaming in the chair at the fucking Beyond Scared Straight. He's like,
Bro, so Lana and I were fucking watching it and fucking howling at work. You ever see the original episodes, like the first season they ever did it? It's super old. And the one guy's like, you stole? Kid goes, yeah. He goes, gets quiet. He goes, what the fuck you took? He's like, bikes? He goes, bikes. You know, that shit made
my dearest daughter.
Bikes.
My beloved.
Remember that same episode? They had the one dude. It was Ice Mike. He like is a killer, and he's like, he like. He goes, when you come in, he's like, I'd have you put your hand in my pocket. And he makes the kid put his hand in his pocket. He goes, that's right, you my bitch for the rest of the day. He's like, you better not. He's like, you better follow me around. If the hand leaves my pocket, it was so fucking funny, bro.
Our victory is...
The fuck you took? Bikes. Bro, I remember back in the day they had a straight up chop shop, dude. Mike Clark, Tommy Cocapote, all those dudes, Jesse Warner, they were stealing all those dudes are stealing everybody's bikes and fucking spray painting them and selling them. Dude, it's so funny. Like at least Mike Clark moved. It has like some semblance of a life. Like he's actually like a laborer and works hard, has a fucking wife and kids and shit. Like what is it there? Tommy Cocapote, last time I heard, is just a fucking grown ass man child, just fucking scumbag. But then again, you know, we've had prime examples of, you know, you could come from good families and do scumbag shit, so. Oh, dude, it's funny, it just popped into my head. Chelsea was telling me today, because they were talking about the wedding, and they were like trying to remember who was who and stuff with my friends, and her parents said that they knew your father.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, I planned on. Yeah, I didn't know exactly where your father lived, but I plan on talking because they know everybody. But I plan on. I seen her father today, and she didn't tell me. I would have asked him.
I laugh. We see him.
How well
he
he
just
knew
punches
him.
me in the teeth. He's like, "Your dad was coming back."
No. Well, Doug was good friends with your dad. I don't know if you remember that, but.
Yeah, because they were partying back in the day.
Oh, fucking Doug was a partier, that's for sure. Doug's like, you boys like Mexico?
Yeah.
He was such a scumbag, dude. It's great.
It's swell.
Ruined our childhood. Super fun. Oh, 3-piece of cheesecake! Ooh, we leveled up, boys. Let's go. Where the hood at? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, I got froze.
Oh no, that's Shadow Bones.
Dude, these archers jack you up. Sit down. I got all this gold. Buy it. You know what's so funny? You know what the shit with, I was thinking about the other day. We were talking about that, all that shit that went on with DJ. Don't you think it's particularly, like, hilarious how every time when he comes home we see him, he's always like, oh, whatever happened to so-and-so? I heard he's, like, fucking his life up, like this and that, and all this other stuff, and it's just like, alright, dude.
Oh, that is wild, that whole situation. That is just nuts. It's just like, what are you doing, man? Like,
oh, yeah. All I got to say is what would end Renee think. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
What you talk about my father?
Fuck it up, man. Fuck it up, man.
That's actually a really funny story. This dude's just fucking carrying a fucking sister's cousin baby's Tracy Saint statue around. The fuck?
Face your demise.
Must be, bitch.
Back to the soil.
Padded legs. He goes back to the soil. He says you order 3 pieces of cheesecake.
Oh, this dude with the snake! Oh, what a scumbag! That was gnarly, dude.
I haven't yet found a good fucking new weapon. I've been rocking the same weapon since I started. People are probably like, you noob. You suck at this game, you noob. You are a disgrace to your mother and I. There's a long quarterstaff.
I must maintain a fight.
He's like, I must maintain a fight.
Balance.
Oh, did you see the video I sent you from that band I was trying to find? They had that one song back in the day. Silverchair.
I don't know.
I sent it to you. It's that song that they got, Tomorrow.
My beloved son.
My dearest daughter. Beloved.
Got the thing stuck in my esophagus.
I fucking love that part in that movie, dude. Literally love that part.
I don't know how that popped into my head.
Stuck in my esophagus.
You remember when he was like on top of the fucking world?
Oh, dude, he's so fucking funny. He's like, what else you got? Crab cakes. Would you order two? They should be called Krabby Kicks.
It's been so
Oh, yeah.
Krabby Kicks.
Talk about a Hebrew.
Let this be a testament for all time. The Eternal Empire stakes claim over this land, both in life and...
Shut up, Beb. Dude, you remember fucking, what's his name there? Paulie Greco back in the day?
Yeah.
Well, fucking, we always used to hang out when he was younger and shit. Fucking, his dad is like living in a fucking halfway house and he's like a drug addict now. It's a shame. We always liked to rub him up. I mean, I don't know what he's up to. He tried to add me on Facebook a while back, and I mean, he obviously he's doing a lot better than his dad and shit. He seems to be doing fine. He got a kid. Nothing's better than like people make those redemption posts that I can't stand on Facebook and his posts on Facebook. I was like, let's see what his Facebook says before I add him, and it says some stupid shit like, I'm on the right path, I'm taking what's mine this year. It's like, bro, what are you taking? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Bro, what are you taking?
There's just certain things that people say that fucking crack me up. Like, one of my favorite things that people say is when motherfuckers say, we'll be seeing ya. Like, who the fuck is we? Like, are you gonna be with somebody? Like, I don't get it. Like, am I expecting company outside of you? Jake, Jake says it to me. Yeah, be safe's the other one that I was gonna say. And, like, am I, like, expecting danger? Like, are you gonna do something to me? Like, be safe. That ass be safe.
So
there's another one, and I can't remember what it is.
This dude at boot camp, every single time, because he was like the second in charge, he'd go, hey, quit talking. That's what he used to say all the time, right? All the fucking time. So like in our last
I don't know why
week
that's
of
making
boot
me
camp-
laugh.
Yo, dude, so we're in our last week of boot camp, and he goes, hey, and the whole division, 90 dudes go, quit talking. And everybody started laughing, even the fucking drill instructors were like,
that's awesome.
So they're laughing. It was fucking funny.
I still like the story where the fucking dude killed somebody. That's one of my favorite stories.
Which one?
The one where you said the dude fucking came to the muster. Schultz's story, I think.
Oh, yeah.
And the dude was the dude just got done killing his wife or some shit.
His wife, yeah.
That's awesome.
Shows up to Buster. It'd be like that sometimes.
Yeah.
So you just show up. That's fucking funny, bro.
But fucking... This is reminding me, for some reason, of like... When I used to go hang out with Jake all the time when he was in college. Well, I would bounce, obviously, as you remember, but he would always come out and hang out with me. But every now and then he would invite me to these house parties, and I would only go because he wanted me to go. I hate house parties. I don't know anyone. I don't know what's going on there. I went to this house party. I wanted to kill everyone there because they were fucking drinking, and every time it was like a drinking game, and everyone had these like boot cups shaped like Cowboys boots. And if someone randomly would go, that's no shoe. This is like typical corny ass college kid shit, jam band shit, like avocado ass eating shit.
What the fuck is jam band?
What type of shit music college kids listen to? Someone would randomly go, that's no shoe. And then everyone would go with a cup goes, das boo. And then they'd start drinking from the boot. I'm like, y'all are fucking retarded.
Oh, that's some fucking beer press shit.
I'm like, how am I like the grown up here?
Oh, you whore.
Might have to have me a little something. Little tequila.
I want
Haven't had a drink in a minute. Oh, can I say tequila on my stream? Get fucking shadow banned.
Banished to the shadow realm. Oh no, ski posters. Oh.
Daddy's got a piss. So, I meant to ask you earlier, the graduation party, is that for school or for something for Focus?
No, it's for college.
Okay, so I thought.
Even though the only people I invited, besides my dad's side of my family,
I thought that was odd.
From Focus. Well, what are you gonna do? You know what I mean?
Dude, that's one of my favorite things to say to some shit is, what are you gonna do, huh? Bro, did I tell you about when I was at Frontelli's wedding? I'm at Frontelli's wedding. We show up there the night before, and his, like, mobster-ass Brooklyn uncles are there. They're, like, in their 60s. And, you know, all these dudes have money and shit. And Nate and I show up, and they're like, are these Chris's best friends right here? And all this shit, dude. These are, like, wicked Italian dudes. And so the night before the wedding, we're out at a bar in Placid with Chris's brother, him, his uncles, his dad. We're just getting fucking plastered. And it's so funny because Chel's a trooper. She's like, she had a couple drinks, but then she drove, and me, Nate, Frontelli, and his brother Nick and the uncles just got fucking torched. But we're at the wedding, right? In fucking there was like a lot of, and I don't give a fuck. It doesn't matter to me, but there's like what seemed to be like a lot of lesbian chicks there. And at one point, it must have been Chris's wife's friends from college or whatever. But I'm standing there and I'm not thinking of it. I'm minding my own business. Just taking a drink, sipping a drink, and just looking around. One of Chris's uncles comes up to me and goes, what the fuck? He's like, what the fuck is this shit? And I'm like, what is what? He's like, this shit. He like points over to the floor and it's just like all women dancing. I go, there's people dancing, man. He's like, and it's funny because whenever I get around these wicked Italian dudes, for some reason I start talking like I'm wicked Italian. I just start talking like them. And he goes, it wasn't like this back in the day. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, these lesbians. I go, oh yeah? He goes, look at them all, dancing around, thinking the men and shit. He's like, we didn't have that shit back in the day. I'm like, oh, you probably did. It's just like, it's more socially acceptable now or whatever. And he's like, nah, we didn't have it like that. He's like, things have changed. I just looked at him and go, what are you going to do, huh? He goes, yeah, what are you going to do? He just walks away sipping his drink. I'm like, what the fuck, bro?
That's a wise and insightful thing to say.
What are you going to do, huh? Just like, I feel like I'm in a seat of Donnie Brasco. We had a good time, though, at that wedding. I said to Chelsea, I go, our wedding's over with. It was a good time. I go, now we get to look forward to just being a married couple going to everyone else's weddings. She's like, I can't wait to go to a wedding.
Chelsea's funny, dude.
Dude, she's making me fucking laugh earlier, and I'm like, I go, don't, because she's been doing this shit where she's staying up on her phone, fucking around. 6 o'clock comes fast, and then she's like, I don't want to go to work, I'm tired. I'm like, it's because you stay up till midnight sending me reels. I go, I'm going to find a way to start, like, taxing you or disciplining you for being up late and all this shit. I go, for every reel you send me, I'm going to stay up a half an hour longer. And, like, earlier she texted me, she's like, I'm not feeling good. I go back up there, and she's curled in a ball. Stomach's aching. I'm like, you're going to be okay. Take some Tums.
By decree of the Count of...
But no, the wedding was a great time. It's super odd, like, it's just one of those things where it's one of the only meaningful things, in my opinion, that can happen to a person in their life. Like, obviously you got to give your life as a whole meaning. But, you know, for a lot of people, that type of stuff is like a benchmark in their life and stuff like that. It's important, and like it feels like a positive emotional blur. I can only remember like bits and pieces of it, but it's all good. I'm just happy everyone had a good time. Thankful for the people in my life.
I feel like out of all the weddings I've been to, you guys didn't really get a chance to relax because there was a lot of shit that they fucked up.
Yeah.
And that's just a part of it, man. Like, you know, it's not the part that you want, but it's the part that you get, and it's like, that sucks, but it's just, you know.
Right. Well, I think that's part of the reason why when I actually realized it was all, I knew once we actually got down there, and once you started talking and going through your setup, that's when I realized, I'm like, okay, this is going to work. And it wasn't until you started talking, like once Ken told us a plan and sent us down there, and once you and I got down there and the dude started walking down, that's when I started to like actually breathe for the first time in 7 months. Like, it literally was that stressful for us. And the fact that for the most part it went well. And I think that's part of why it feels like such an intense blur, because honestly, I really felt like deep in my heart that it wasn't going to go well. Like, I'm just like, this has been a mess, but we all pulled it off, and I'm super appreciative for all you guys.
Yeah, it was a good time. I mean, you know, the wedding itself can be hard and a challenge, but it can also be, you know, it can be fun too, to get through stuff like that together. And
you and Kyle were best friends all night. Bro, that's one of our favorite parts about the wedding, is that on almost every video everyone sent to us, you and Kyle are somewhere with your arms around each other talking, drinking a beer. It was so funny, but then the very end of it, he changed his clothes, and it made you not realize who he was. And that's why it was even more hilarious. You're like, you turned to him, you're like, oh, how do you know the bride and groom? And then he like fucks with you and goes, yeah, I knew Chelsea from school. She was a couple years behind me. And you were like, oh, cool. You ordered 3 pieces of cheesecake. I like having Kyle out for like the fights and shit, because it's like, it's fun to see him out of his element by himself. Doesn't have the wife and the kids. He can chill for a second. I think he enjoys it. Alright, so this is fucking wild. I'm fucking some straight Legends of the Hidden Temple shit in here. Whoa!
I get these fucking hipfire kills with this gun. It's driving me nuts.
I ain't gonna lie. This is how you know gaming is stale. This game's a great game, don't get me wrong. But the fact that I'm actually playing an action RPG just lets you know where I'm at with gaming. I can't believe I haven't put this game down. I've consistently been playing it since I picked it up. Whoa, that guy's cool.
Feel the shock!
He goes, feel the shock!
Damn it.
He says, I once was lost, but now I am found. Dude, what do you know about fur plates, bro?
What?
I don't know, it's some fucking item. Fur plates sounds dirty. Bro, when fucking Dave Eddy asked a fucking 16-year-old kid if he's ever had his red and yellow wings at practice, that shit was fucking hilarious. Like, you get yourself fired for that shit.
Get yourself fired.
For real. I don't even know if he's getting paid. That's even funniest part. He's fucking there just helping out. I don't remember how it happened. It's like something the kid was like, "Oh, I went to a dance. I went to the dance with so and so," and then, I don't know how it started or some shit. Someone started talking about, did you get lucky or something like that? And the kid goes, "Nah, I didn't." And then someone's like, "What was she on her period or something like that?" Dave Eddie turns and looks at the kid and goes, "You get your Red Wings?" The kid's like, "What?" And then Dave Eddie gets quiet and goes, "How about your Yellow Wings? You ever had your Yellow Wings?" I was like, "Dude, you're fucking gross." Dave Eddie was like a doubler. I think he was a triple S at my job, and he retired right before I got there. Apparently, people that worked there really weren't too fond of him. They're like he wasn't a great triple S. I could see that making sense now that I know the job. I wish you could jump through the air. That'd be cool. In a couple of games, you can just be like, jump up. Dude, what the fuck? Holy shit. Gotcha, fucker.
You son of a bitch. I could have been more. He goes, feels like, nah, I'm all over again.
Bro, speaking of Nam, do you remember Pat Gauthier?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, he was obsessed with Vietnam back in the day. Do you remember Rain used to make fun of him over it?
No.
Dude, Ray Sorbello would literally get Pat so mad. He would go, "Hey, Pat, what about Nam?" Like, click him out. Pat would be like, "Rain, you don't fucking know the first thing about Nam." But he would just literally go, "Pat, Nam."
Out of
like
everybody,
that.
I truly expect Rain to be doing the worst. Like,
he's just a farmer. He's got kids and shit.
He's a good old-fashioned idiot, dude. Like,
yeah, he just farms. I mean,
he's a good farmer.
You don't got to be that smart to be a farmer.
Nope.
Although I do think there's something cool I do think about actually being a farmer. I think that's actually pretty cool. I don't have the patience and the fucking skill to do it, but just be out there like, yeah,
on the tractor.
Yeah.
I let my uncle have it the other day.
Why are you always getting into it with your uncle, dude?
What are you talking about?
Your uncle, like on your dad's side?
No, me and him. No,
which uncle, man? Chester?
He's in the hospital and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. What's the matter with that? Is he gonna be all right?
Yeah, he just came home yesterday, I think.
All right, start with your uncle on your mom's side. Chester, I'd assume.
yeah, he just, we're just having a conversation. He was sitting there on his couch. He never had pho, so I brought him a bowl. He's like, "Oh, shit's wicked good, blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, "Yeah, man, so we're talking." And then, he's like, "Yeah, big stuff."
He's thinking about what?
He goes, "I'm thinking about starting my own,
Start his own what?
like garage."
Like for fixing cars.
Yeah.
Okay. Does he know how to fix cars?
He's okay.
Okay.
He would be able to do it, you know what I mean? But then I started talking to him about it, and he's immediately like, yeah, I don't know if I should be, you know, doing this or doing that, blah, blah, blah. And, like, he just was, like, immediately, like, doubting himself and, like, saying how he couldn't do things and stuff. And it was just crazy, you know? So I just, like, laid into him and explained to him, like, how his mindset creates that and, like, how that's, like, okay, but it's also, like, he's unraveling himself before even getting started, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
typically, people that have that behavior, it's because of how they're raised. I have a buddy.
Sure.
I have a buddy who you've met, my buddy Kyle Lapine, the heavyset kid.
Yeah.
I know for a fact, because of how he used to talk about himself, that he was raised in a household where he was bullied by his parents and brother and sister and, like, told he was stupid. I know for a fact his parents probably told him he was stupid. And, like, you should never talk to your fucking children like that. Because it fucks with them. And, like, your kids learn, like, they start thinking, oh, is that really my self-fucking-worth? I'm fucking stupid, not gonna amount to shit. And that's how, literally, if he doesn't do it anymore, he used to literally go like this. He would start talking, like in a group of us at school, and we would all sit there and listen like normal human beings, listen to what his thoughts are. And then he would get uncomfortable and he'd go, oh, I'm sorry, guys, I'll stop talking now. Right? And I'm like, eventually I was like, I realized it was a pattern. And so he started doing it again, and I'm like, bro, I'm like, fucking stop. He's like, what are you talking about? I go, you're going to fucking sit here and not finish your thought because you think that you have nothing fucking good to offer the conversation. Say what the fuck you want to say, right? And it took a while, but, like, Dante and I legitimately corrected him over again and straight up, like, verbally beat that shit out of him. And now he doesn't do it anymore. I'm like, just say what you gotta say, bro. When you're around people that care about you, they're gonna fucking listen to you, dude. I'm like, stop that shit. It's definitely how he was raised. I'm sure he probably had like a fucking shitty grandmother that was like, you're a fucking idiot just like your father. Some shit. But anyway, so Chester, you had to fucking do the same thing, basically.
Yeah, but I mean, like, we do a lot of that stuff for focus, you know what I mean? Like, and, like, I was able to explain, like, certain things to him. But, like, why that shit's non-productive and how it's creating a lot of the things that he had in his life that are, like, such a hindrance. But it was just funny how I was, like, blowing his mind because I was talking about, like, time management and how he needs to respect his own time and respect his own things that he wants to do by, you know, allocating time to it. So, but it was just interesting, the whole conversation was.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I can only speculate, but based off some of the things that I know about how, you know, your mom and her siblings are raised, it's not surprising.
No, yeah, not at all. They all have some form of something. Though,
it always affects people in certain ways. How we got raised, it affects everybody, obviously. But I see it with myself and my brother and my sister, like our emotional temperance. Our emotional reactions to things and our emotional, like, temperament towards things are all totally, like, reflections of the way shit happened when we were kids. But it's all good in the hood. Things are great. not complaining. Plus, as much as I wish I could go back in time, and I wish that things could have happened differently so that my mother didn't have to go through some of the shit she went through. I learned so many valuable lessons by seeing and hearing and going through some of the shit that went on when we were kids. Like, one of them is my ability to deal with people and solve conflict and not be scared of conflict. I don't let people take advantage of me and shit because I watched it when I was a kid. It happened to people so much. I think it's good to have some level of adversity in your childhood. I mean, people had way worse lives than me. Way worse.
Than me!
Something's coming. Who, me? Remember me? Dude, that dude's like, when I think of Fulton, New York, dude, there's a handful of people I think of, and Big Mike is one of them, dude.
I have no room for that.
That shit's fucking funny. Remember me? Dude, my guy straight up looks like fucking a cross between like Genghis Khan and like a fucking army general in the fucking Battle of Iwo Jima. Let's keep it pushing, boys. Try to order 4 pieces of cheesecake out here. You know, I haven't spent any of my cash on this. You know for a fact there's dudes that guys are so good they're out here straight up doing the Macarena on people's asses.
Come on.
You still playing Davy Crockett League?
No, I'm playing Pokemon COD right now.
I thought about playing it. A lot of said he was gonna get on, and he hasn't gotten on. Soon.
I have no room for that.
Bone Wand?
Bonesaw.
Bro, Bonesaw is ready. I got what he say. I got 3 minutes to pay for you, whatever the fuck he says.
I must maintain a fine balance.
He goes, I must maintain a fine balance.
Jesus Christ, I hit more double kills in this match than I have in any match
Says
I've ever
peas
played.
and rice.
That's what I need.
Whoa. He says, Pop, 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 pop. Pop, pop. Damn.
Frozen Locust. With Killing Palm equipped, monsters... Frozen Locusts will With Killing Palm equipped, monsters will display these blue indicators when they are low on life. Use Killing Palm to dash to these monsters and... Frozen Locusts will explode when attacked by you or your enemies. Placing it in front of attacking enemies will allow you to both retreat and deal damage.
Ooh.
Alright, so Dad's got a new attack. He says, because even though I know the river is wide to go down even in a stand on the shore, I try to cross it to the opposite side so I can finally find what I've been looking for. In the middle of the night, I go walking in my sleep. Fucking Billy Joel. It's so funny too. Billy Joel's one of those acts that's like super famous that actually comes to Syracuse regularly. So like everyone around here seen Billy Joel like 17 times. Whoa, boss time.
This is crazy how many bullets I put in this fucking thing.
Shut up.
Thrust!
Jesus.
Insolence! Conquer! Wilt and right! Wilt and right! Right of the full moon.
Whoa.
Bow before me. Wit and rat. Insolence. Right of the full moon. Wilt and rat. My love, I call to you. Insolence. Tormented dead. No escape. Prison of bone. No. Straven, I need you.
Oh, no fucking way. Alright, I might take a break. Oh no, just right here, I'll fit her in.
You will never leave this place.
27-18, led the match.
Right of the full moon.
I never get fucking most played, it's crazy.
So dare you disturb me. Raven, I need you. Prison of bone. Now, hold still. Plenty dead. Right of the fall. Draven, I need you. Wilt and rot. Now you are mine forever. My love, I call to you.
Feels weird not having anything to do.
Oh!
Prison of bone. Plenty dead. I need you. Prison of bone. Still. Wit and rot. Insolence to me, Draven. Prison of bone. Fool! No escape! Beloved Draven, aid me! Now, you are mine. Forever!
Oh, I got her with like next to no life. That was crazy, bro.
Forbidden thaumaturgy
Fucking
causes
bitch.
nothing but pain and misery. I have no room for that. I carry few possessions, and I don't have room. For that. I must maintain a fine balance.
That was nuts.
Face your mind. I carry few possessions, and I don't have room for
You defeated Assyria!
Dude.
The Praetor will be devastated. He gets what he deserves! But there's no time to waste. We must get through the gate. Find Draven. Find the other key. Come back when you have the other key.
So now what? Are you actually, what is it? You're done with school for a little bit, right?
Just for a little bit. I'm done with
So
my
it's December
bachelor's.
13th. So you should be done with the semester, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm done with my bachelor's.
Hell yeah. Congrats, dude. Think about it.
Thank you.
It is weird to go into my office and see that I have diplomas and shit. I'm just like, it's whatever, dude. Until they're loader.
What have we got?
Jesus. Yeah, so I'm done with my bachelor's, and then I'm applying to Syracuse for my master's this week, something like that.
Hell yeah.
Till next time.
He says, I know you. Alright, I think I might play a couple games of Duty before I go.